If you have not subscribed to Alboa Cinema, this is where you will get everything. So subscribe. Yeye ni wewe naongelesha. Subscribe.
So now, karibu to Alboa Cinema. This is the third video of the day, but I'll spread them out. I think this one is gonna come out tomorrow, Saturday or Friday. The thing is, I have been watching a lot of what goes on, say in the generally socially about. There's a video I did some time back about what they call passport bros. There's this young man from America who came and was posturing. So he was beaten. He's given a verbal beating, and I have not heard of him since. I'm sure he's doing something. I just don't care for it. So there's others that are a lot of, actually majority of, say, the black Americans or foreigners that come around that want to do business, that want to move here, that I want trying to buy real estate. A lot of those, there are quite a number of them now, and they seem to do very well. They seem to be doing a lot of good vlogs, showing our real estate and what. So this video came to me that you are seeing here. This video, Kenya is amazing, and no one talks about it. So this is from Ryan Fagan. okay, Ryan Fagan. I subscribed to his channel because I also want to know what the people come around at all. What do they see? Because sometimes all of us, because we are in the thick of it, but then my neighbor's kid is insane, crying the whole day. If I have to be honest, because we live in the miasma of this rubbish of our country, a lot of the time also because economically and whatnot, we don't have as much power. Because, for example, if you come from America with the dollar, you're more very likely to succeed because the opportunities are open. The dollar goes a long way here, and it's not saying whatever. It's not saying things one way or the other. It's just saying a fact of how it is. So a lot of what you would see here is people that have come with their resources and they're seeing so many opportunities because the capital exists already. And they see a lot of more opportunities because it's a lot cheaper here and many other things. So let's listen to what Ryan Fagan is saying about Kenya. He's saying it's amazing. I
am enjoying my time here in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm on my way to Art Cafe to get some breakfast. Kenya is an amazing place to come to, and I'll break down.
You see, he's already going to Art Cafe, so you already know where that stands. So it's not your Madondo Chapo base. Right?
A whole bunch of reasons why you should consider coming.
Hii ni huko
Art Cafe, super crowded, super nice weather out here. I'll show you guys the menu. So why should you come to Kenya? Number one is the weather. Right now it's about 75 degrees, sunny, beautiful. Every time I step outside, it puts a smile on.
75 degrees Fahrenheit is not the standard here. We use degrees Celsius, okay? Degrees Celsius, know how to convert. That one is 25 degrees or 30 degrees or how to convert. But I know, you see, like Americans, they have to change everything. From metric now, feet and what. But anyway, that's another one. So he says the weather, obviously we know that. But we are not able often to take advantage of the good weather. And I think there's a certain level of complacency that has come with having good weather all the time. A lot of the times what we see as very dry weather is actually our own incompetence in terms of managing water and rainfall and whatnot. So anyway, that's on
my face. I'm from New Jersey, so actually it's January right now. Outside my house right now is snow, ice.
Yes.
It's like 10 degrees outside. The impact of weather in your life is bigger than I think a lot of people think about all the time. Second thing is the affordability. I just got my breakfast here. The French toast that I ordered, 890 shillings. My caramel latte, it's about 250, 300 shillings. So I'll do the conversion. I'll put it in here for the total. But generally, you can go out and have a really excellent time. high quality service, really nice places. I love the ambiance. If you check this place out, check out the background. Super nice, high level restaurant.
So you see that amount of money, say for just having like a breakfast, as in that those of us who can afford it, a lot of the middle class, say, to be able to do this, because for like what is hard for breakfast, as in for most families, that will be maybe a day or two of food, like meals. Ukishanunua meals zote. So like, yeah, so it depends. You see, like here, for them coming to Kenya, and, being able to spend, this is compared to them where they'll probably spend double that in a place like this. It's a deal for them. Yeah. So this is not really just look at it like, oh, he says it's relatively cheap. For them it is. For most of like Kenyans, it's not. But I'm guessing this is being done for the benefit of the Americans who want to come over here.
Quality for probably about half the cost as it would cost you in the U.S. for a similar, probably even less than half, to be honest, for the equal quality of the place that you're going to.
Yeah, so you see it's like half what they pay over there in America.
So, I mean, everything's really affordable. If you look at the rent, you could probably pay, if you're renting something long-term, an apartment, probably $500 a month for a quality apartment in a good location.
Yeah, like if you are to spend $500 is what? Let's do a quick one here. $500 in Kenya shillings. Let's see. So that's 65k. 65,000. 65,000. 55,000. Yeah. So if, for example, you take 65k and you come to Mlolongo area, Syokimau, what? You can live in a bungalow, like with a compound and everything. So that's a lot of money. You see, like if you're in Westlands, you can get a really good apartment, 2-bedroom, I believe, also. So it depends on what you want. But you see, for him, probably just wants to live in those kind of, the urban setup. I would probably live in Mlolongo or somewhere outside the main concentration for that money and have a whole a house in a compound. Although in some places I've had security-wise, when you have like your own compound, you also have to spend some on ramping up security. You have to see wazuri hapa nje.
In Kenya, that would be considered very expensive. But obviously, if you're from the...
He gets it. I think this is the other thing. A lot of these guys who come around, they already know the kind of where they lie in terms of the economy, what their spending is, and they also know what that translates to as locals. What locals see that as. Is that high class? Is that middle class? Is that, they get it. Please, my neighbor's kid is crying. No, it's not because there's anything. He's just like that. As the mama walks out a bit, he throws a tantrum. My goodness. Oh, he's been screaming for the last 30 minutes.
The US.
I had to delay the video.
And you're making at least decent money, it's going to be very affordable. My Uber here was 300 shillings, and that was on the comfort level versus the chap, which is a little bit lower level of Uber. And I'll put the conversion again for 300 shillings, but you can Uber everywhere, get everywhere that you want with no problem. Number 3, I think that Kenya is much safer than the US in most places. Depends where you are. Every area across the world has security issues or crime issues. I would say that in Kenya, the only thing you would have to worry about is some property crime. If you're walking out with your phone loose, someone might snatch it in certain areas, just like this camera. If I was walking around in certain places, somebody might take it and run. But as far as like violent crime or the risk of your life, I think is a lot worse in the States.
Yeah, this is the thing also. Like in America, gun crime and all that, that's a lot because they have a lot of guns and it's legal there and whatnot. And also there are many more, and also there are certain areas in very many cities where that culture of gangs and whatnot is very much embedded in communities. So there's that violence that is intra-generational. So this generation has those gangsters, the second like that. So there is that. Like for us right now, like we're seeing all these crimes. Right now the crime has spiraled out of control. As we don't release crime stats or anything like that, because our system how it is. So I think personally in the last year or so, crime has really skyrocketed here locally, especially the youths. You saw the vehicles on Thika Road, Mona Kawangware. You've seen the youths there are just too many thugs. There are too many thugs around. That's just a fact. And luckily, it is still kind of kept within not so much violence, but it's going to spill over to that eventually. And guys, you just need to know that, even if you Americans want to come around, understand that if you come, you have to understand where the places where it's safe, but also understand that sometimes opportunistic crimes are happening more and more because everybody's, like a lot of people right now, the young people especially have had this attitude, because for me, I don't like blaming poverty for people's crimes, because that's a weak way of looking at it, and it excuses it. So, there's just a lot of people want free money quickly, and they don't care about anything else. So you're better advised to live in the places that are better security, like in Westlands, the Kileleshwas, the whatnot. And you also find out exactly how things are going, because we have border opportunistic criminals, petty thieves, and the gangsters and what. So you watch out for that. I just had to add that in.
Kind of goes to my nightlife point here in Nairobi. It probably has some of the best nightlife, clubs, experiences that you can do, lounges.
Getting a shipping quote just got so much easier.
I have lost my premium.
You're going to have a great time. It's going to be affordable.
So nightlife.
I don't go out in the U.S. because I think you get into...
Let's see. So the social life, Kenya social life in a good way. Okay, let's see what it doesn't. So this thing is long, 17 minutes. I'm not gonna react to all of it. I'm gonna send you to the channel Ryan Fagan there to watch the rest. So I haven't finished, but I'm just saying, you should go and watch the rest. So so I'm gonna jump to things that are interesting to me. Social life, clubs, it's not really my thing. So let's see about traffic. See, we know.
Which is another thing, if you're leaving the city, it's pretty dangerous. You'll see a lot of statistics and things on the news if you watch Kenyan news about...
By the way, he said it, we drive really badly in this country. We don't follow rules. That's why we have a lot of these accidents. It's not actually normal that you guys think. Guys drive like crap around here. It's because also I think there's a system in terms of streamlining. Traffic is totally corrupt. We know our policemen, how they are. So it's no longer about really trying to make things flow smoothly or efficiently. It's more about what opportunities can be created to siphon the money. Yeah?
Fatal accidents at a high speed, but in the city it's not really like that. It's just very hectic. When it rains, the drainage isn't that good, so the streets will flood, and then the traffic gets even worse.
Yeah.
But a 30-minute ride could take 2 hours in really, really bad traffic.
Yeah.
So that's a consideration, especially if you're thinking about staying or moving out here long term. Your proximity to the city and the things that you need to get to. All right, so this is the French toast from the cafe. Comes with the fruit salad, super good. The jam on here.
Some American was telling me that our food tastes better than their food. It tastes more natural. I don't know what that means, but that's what I was told. So I don't know. Let's see what the special message for African Americans. Let's see what he has to say there.
They're a very unique group. I think people right now are trying to kind of reconnect with their culture or find out their history or legacy a lot more. I think there's a big awakening with that, and obviously there's a look to Africa, and a lot of people go to Ghana. I haven't been there, so I can't really speak to it. To me, it seems a little bit more hectic and more Americanized, which is not like I'm leaving America to get away from certain things in the culture. I want to be in a warm place where people are warm and happy, so that's why I'm out here in Kenya. But as an African American, obviously, it's a black country, right? So, I mean, you're going to probably feel more at home. And it's funny, there's a lot of cultural similarities, especially because American culture goes everywhere. You can make references to things in hip hop culture or in pop culture that they'll understand here because they know the same artists, they know the memes, the same people. Kenyans are very online, so they're very aware of what's going on, especially young Kenyans. When I come here, I don't think there's much cultural disconnect with being able to communicate and relate to each other. There are definitely differences, which I appreciate, that's why I'm here in the first place. But you're going to feel at home. I always think, black women with their hair in the U.S. is however you wear your hair is a political statement. Here, it's the norm, right? So there's all kinds of different hairstyles for women, and it wouldn't be considered unprofessional for many of the standard hairstyles that you might do if you're doing braids.
So this is a very 17. So I'm gonna leave it there, but giving my last thoughts on this, especially about the culture. We are very different, Black Americans. You guys are Americans. We are Africans in culturally and everything. We might look similar or even alike, but how we live and how we think is very, very different. Many of you Black Americans are very woke. You're in this leftist progressive ideology box, and most of us are not. And a lot of the ideas that you guys propagate, for example, because a lot of you are talking about trying to go back to the motherland, that time has passed. If you are to come to Africa, the best open your eyes is to come and invest, because your money will go a long way here if you know what to invest in and know how management and how the culture is, the corruption versus who's good, who's bad, because all that is, some of you come with your eyes wide open, starry-eyed, oh, Africa, motherland. No, we have more problems than you do in America. We have different problems. You might say you don't have the culture of violent crimes, for example, and whatnot. But that's primarily because you don't have the means to do that. But with enough government laxity and corruption, it will get there. But I think you all should. I know you're looking for a deeper reason to come to Africa because of your ancestors 300, 400, 200 years ago. I know it's fashionable, but really what would really help you when you come into Africa or a place like here is to come as an investor. Because you're in your country, you could find many places that you would live peacefully just the way you want. But to come as an investor, because your money will go a lot further here, and if you're clever and you understand the different industries, the culture and whatnot, you could really make it big. It's just don't come in naive, don't come in with your preconceptions about the motherland narrative that you guys have over there with the identitarianism. I personally, I know that you'll find a few people who will regurgitate the same rubbish to you just to feel American, have access, But most of us really don't care about that so much because it's not really our experience at all, and I think that many of you have been brainwashed in your country with this identitarian stuff, and to a point where you're not able to make rational decisions based on things like this. Because Kenya, for all intent and purposes, is a good country. It's safe. It's all right, but we have extreme crippling corruption amongst ourselves. We are not, we do a lot of shit. So it is just about, that a lot of things happen worldwide, as he says, but we have to be realistic. As people who've lived here, have grown here and everything, I can tell you to be very careful when you come, as you would be anywhere else, and not have these preconceptions about some Garden of Eden kind of concept here. It disappoints many of you when you come here. Our women wear weaves just like your women. In fact, they follow your women's culture a lot. We have also a lot of that promiscuity you are running from. We have a lot of your culture is here. It's different environment, but we basically live British, American, and African mixture of cultures. But mostly it's the Western cultures mainly that are taken over. But I would implore you to not bring that wokeness here. We don't want that crap here. It is extremely backward. It has maybe stagnated you guys there abroad. And you think running here would make... No. You don't bring it here. We don't want to deal with your white woke progressive ideologies here. They've destroyed your families and everything. So this is a little segue, because he was talking about the culture and the deep cultural connections. The only cultural connection, my friend, that people really care about is the financial cultural connection. Come for business. Choose carefully. We have a lot of conmen among us who you do business with. Deal with big companies that have a track record, just to be safe. I'm not trying to shit on the small people, but god damn, you can get conned here, and you sorry that vibe. So just deal with it, just do due diligence, and you'll be fine. Okay, but if you come with your dollar, you'll have a damn good time. All right, there's holidays you can go for every weekend if you want. There's so much to do. There's so much investments that you can get yourself into, because also a lot of it is virgin land that has not been plowed yet. I'm a VP. I don't know what you think. Do like and share. You see, I'm trying to diversify the content to also cover many other things that I have interest in. So I hope you can come along with the journey. So subscribe there, share. All that helps me, the algorithm. I've passed 1,000 subscribers. I'm very happy. It's still growing very progressively. I'm hoping the organic nature of this will give me a more sustainable, growth in the future. I'm a VP.